I'm enjoying the day off today. Soon I'm gonna be in there. I might go live showing how I do my decorative skills for those who like they need a little innovation, aka they gonna copy. You gotta be careful if you don't want to share your work with nobody, right away until it's done. And you might come across somebody who might copy it, and you feel away. Just learn later on. At least inspired somebody to, it inspired them. I can't. I'll be acting dualistic if I say it don't. Sometime with a person, when you gave them the idea that you're about to do, it fucks with you. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Oh, let me fix this real quick. Because that's what this was supposed to do today. This usually, the purpose for this particular live right now. Apologies the other day about where I was going the other day when I was saying astrology is not everything, and I'm not targeting Christians, and I'm not targeting anybody's belief systems or anything. I was just stating stuff that's facts. I know eventually somebody's gonna come back, you know, to say what they gotta say, because you're entitled to believe whatever it is you want to believe, just as I do, and it doesn't make you wrong at all, but a lot of times people, when they're afraid of growth, they'll justify it by still continuing to do the same things and saying nobody's perfect. We know it wasn't even about perfection, is a lot of those things. And when people will be dictatorial, that's like them telling us, do as I say, don't do as I do. And how are you teaching anyone? That's not teaching anyone. It's not. It is and not. It is and not. That's why our kids be like, but you do that. You know what I'm saying? So as a teacher, sometimes teachers become the student again because they learn through who they're teaching. And let's do it. This thing keep going. So the purpose of this is I meant to do this video literally the other day. Um literally the other day. It's about the energies that's happening. Tell me, y'all, observing your days, y'all feeling on edge, antsy. It's not just me. It's not me. It's not just me, because I feel it too, which means it's in the ether. And those who are in tune, like I am, either you can help people come through it, or you can succumb to it too. It's coming. It's going to be something deep. And a lot of us, all the same way, will not like what they see. They're not going to like what they see. I'm trying to, make myself look, a little delectable, just a little throwback back at that. The energies for this time, for the next while, I would say maybe, it could be the next few weeks. It's going to pass, because remember, as energy passes, still continuing to filter somewhere, wherever, maybe outside the planets, wherever it goes. Just like my words, it hits the wall, reverberate, go out the window. It travels. A lot of y'all are feeling fears low-key surfacing of what it is you want to do with yourselves, or things you want to change, and things you would like to establish. And y'all do this all the time, every day. That's like y'all setting yourselves every day like a New Year's resolution. That's good, Continue to do so. And also keep your faith that you can do anything you want to do. If you don't a lot of times tell yourself this, you'll have a difficult time stepping out of your fears. And most of the time, fears has the same energy as belief. If you feel like you're going to have a heart attack and you believe you're going to have it, you can calm down a heart attack. you can calm down an asthma attack. You know, it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot. I'm not a physical doctor. I want to be a doctor. And I know it's still not too late, but it's going to take a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? The time to shoot. But I know things that I know, and the professionals, what they call accredited by paper, know what they know. I'm a street doctor. I believe street doctors have more hands on because I've been seeing doctors over the last 15, 20 years going on Google. And it explains a lot. Um, and once again, no offense. Whatever you're going through, whether it's your health, of how to get out of it, how your pains depress you, how you want to come back home and just get back in your house and not go nowhere. You get back into this form of melancholy. It just takes a little practice of telling yourself. I hear a lot of people with depression say they can't. I've been there. I've seen it done. I've seen it, and I've helped many. And I ain't here to talk about me. That's why I don't like to mention things I do. I hate it. But I will have to say that I do have some experience in a lot. And this ain't just anything, you know. This ain't just small talk. This is not me just small talking. But some people really do want to stay in their way. But hopefully one day, just me saying this one day, any day could be one day through Friday, you know what I'm saying? On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have what it takes to pull yourself up out of that. Stop telling yourself you can't. Can't means I refuse. You can. If you can't eat, you would refuse to eat until that hunger take over and be making you like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It can make you. Woo. You can do anything you want to do. You know the brilliant thing about being a physical being? Us little small entities, not as small as an ant, but feet bigger, kilometers bigger than ants and insects and things. Some insects are huge, but you know. We went out of space, out of this space. We made it. We traveled. Come back, we may not be the same. When you forgive yourself, you're not the same. All of these things, while I'm saying this, takes practice. Just like any new thing. You want to be a great mathematician, you practice. You want to be a good reader, you practice. You want to try and live forever? Good question, because that popped up in my head. Some things may take practice. You know, who knows? Who's to say that living forever doesn't mean it's not practice? You know? Some do. Things are unexplained here, and yet they're here, and the government trying to stop them, you know, from being proven in things I know. Not conspiracy. It's not about conspiracy theories. I get it. What you feel is overpowering you. And I understand. I understand. I get it. But what then? Do you need more? What more do you need to be reminded that you are valuable? What more do you need? I'm small, but I do big things. A mom, being a mother is not easy. Nobody's going to tell me that that's an easy job. I do believe it takes two parents, and I do believe that it takes a village to raise a child. If you don't have a village, you can create one. Your neighborhood is your village. When you're depressed and you have no one to talk to, you are talking to yourself. But it's what you tell yourself is how strong your will is. So if you tell yourself, I can't, so shall it be. It means you refuse to allow something great in. Forgiveness comes with fear. Some people are afraid to forgive. Some people are afraid to let go because change is hard to do. But when it's in you, that's just who you are anyway. Not everybody's made to forgive so easily. But if you forgive easily, that's a super strength. And if you can't forgive easily, it's still a super strength. It just needs to be taught and reminded the beauty of the things that you are afraid to do, which is forgive. And a lot of times it's to forgive yourself, because you assume that forgiveness comes from the other direction. It starts with you. I did some crazy shit. I did mean things too. Some things I believe I didn't deserve, but it taught me for good and bad. And some things I'll never understand that the Creator put me in the way of. And yet I'm still here. I do believe we don't need each other in this world. Once we teach ourselves that we don't need each other. But, I'm sorry, no buts. However, we are all here to complement one another. The negative, positive, and neutral, it all works together. Do not come to my way of thinking. I don't have to come to your way of thinking. But we can be very much civil to where I don't want to see nothing happen to my neighbor. Because without y'all make up our neighborhoods, even the enemies. Enemies may not like you, but that other person may not want nothing to happen to their enemies. All those vibrating fears that's inside your chest, all those things that you refuse to stop saying I can't, is really a glass of water for every time you say I can't. Take a glass of water. Take a cup, a sip of water, and you say I can't. Take that sip. Swallow your word till you can't take it no more. I want it to hurt your stomach to where you say I'm so damn full, I don't want no more water. So I'm gonna stop telling myself I can't. I cannot. Then reverse it for every sip of water. I can. Can you try that? Please. I know it sounds stupid. What I didn't talk about before in one of my videos when I was talking about Leo energy. Remember, Leo is the lion. Leo rules the heart, is ruled by the sun, and the sun represents the heart, the ego. And if you don't have a will, your ego is your will. Something to do, something that's never done before. And it starts with us telling, if you continue to tell yourselves, I can't, that's your will. That's something you always do. You can tell yourself, I can't. Just pick and choose what you cannot do. And this energy is going to challenge you to quit to give up. We're not talking about Leo energy now. I'm talking about all the collective right now. You should be feeling it right now. It's going to disturb workspaces. It's going to disturb a lot, man. It's going to disturb all the things you thought that was cool memories. Like certain things, like you might find out for all your life this person was a certain way, and then you'll find out a hidden secret about them. Like you might find out that they were a man or something, just, I'll be outside the box, go figure. I'm going to tell you one of my dreams. I had a dream that I was dating this guy. And it felt so right. But then just one day, I had a friend in the dream come and bring me a cup to drink. And I drink from the cup. And next thing you know, I find myself feeling real sexy in the shower with this guy who's a real known star. And in the shower, I didn't kick him out. I didn't feel no way because, like I said, I was so relaxed from the drink. And long story short, I got caught by my husband, whoever the husband was, in a dream. And I couldn't explain because I'm in a compromising position. Compromise. Then it woke me up. And right after that dream, I had a dream right behind it. Mind you, I woke up, I made my prayer, because it was right on time for my prayer. Then I woke back up, I had my prayer, went back to sleep. In this dream, I was in this dark place. It looked like somebody's house, but they like their house in dark colors, like black. But around their doors, all their doors was them. You see them trail lights that everybody have nowadays, that's going around. They see on the school and shit. They had that, but in blue. So hey, thanks for popping in. And so in the dream, I appreciate that. And hit the like button. Oh, I appreciate you, my prince. They had a bunch of dark things. They had their family there, everything going on, just everything just crazy. And I decided what I was seeing on TV, and what I was seeing on TV was, crazy violence and stuff. So what I did was I found seeds all over the floor, like somebody spit them all over all place, because they didn't care about the place. And I planted the seeds right there around that door. Each door I saw that was lit blue. And I waited like I was dozing off watching their TV, because their TV had some crazy shit on it, like crazy. Like horror stuff, or blood and guts, and which I love. I love horror movies. But as I was dozing off, I woke up. I seen the thanks for popping in. Please hit the like button. Show me some love so I can pick up my algorithm, because I'm just here, but not here. In and out of time. So yeah, the vegetable, after I nodded off for a while, thank you. After a while of nodding off, I woke up and I looked and I went and I seen string beans growing from out one of the pots that I put. The other plant that I had, it was growing out. I put the seeds in a shoe with the dirt and soil. So in the soil, the other one, I didn't see nothing grow, but it looked like out of the other one, which was in a pot, it was a string bean. So in the other one, it was a big ass boot shoe, like a boot, somebody who wore a size maybe 15, 16. And I went back to sit and hear the other families, whoever these families are that's arguing, and I'm in their house. And I'm watching the TV, and then I realized that one of the lights went out around their door, which was blue. I go back to the door, and what I did was I got some water and poured it around the threshold of the door because I just felt like pouring water there. And the light lit back up around that door. So I sat back down because I felt content that I have some more light around me in that dark place. And I lay back there, not lay down because I don't lay down nowhere if it's not my home. So I finally woke back up, and I woke up and I got back and I seen the boot. What was growing out the boot was cabbage growing out the boot, and I got string beans growing. And I was happy. So I said, I'm going to go tell whoever it was in the dream, whoever house it was, I about to say, I'm about to let them know. Then I said, no, let them sleep because I feel like it's late. In real time, it felt like it was late. So I let them sleep. But I woke up in a dream. I woke back up in a dream, and I smelt food cooking. And in a dream, the person was cooking in the kitchen, cooking the cabbage. But when she was cooking the cabbage looked terrible, like it was dead cabbage. Dead, like it was brown as she was cooking it. But when I was growing it, it was gorgeous and red. And so I told her, I said, I see you found the vegetables I was growing. She said, yeah, they're gonna taste good. I said, but not looking like that. I think you overcooked them, or whatever. And so I said, gotta eat them the way you want. She said, you want some? I said, no, thank you. And as I said, no, thank you, she went to flip over the cabbage, and it looked like, like I said, like dead plants, like how when it loses its chlorophyll, it turned brown. So what I did was I said, let me help you cook this because you shouldn't be eating cabbage looking like this. And she said, okay. And as I took the cabbage from her, I added a little water, and it turned back red, which means to me that everything will be prosperous. Prosperity comes from being grateful and knowing that deep down, you have what it takes to not stay where you are when you're depressed. No matter what's making you afraid, write it down on a piece of paper. Everything, even if you don't know what makes you afraid, start doodling. Make a sigil, start scribbling. This is not doing voodoo. It's getting out of your head. You're channeling whatever is making you afraid. Whatever is making you afraid, start doodling. If you're right-handed, start with your left. Because when you're ready to truly speak, you will switch it to the other hand and write something down. Start from the left. Once again, you don't know what's making you afraid and is making your heart beat and it's feeling like it can't come out your mouth. Start with the left. Like you're making a little small circle. If you still don't feel like it's something come out, when it's about to come out, you move it to the right hand and write your fears. Or write your most memories of things that you may feel hurt. Or start with a childhood memory that was great that went sour. Over time, you will find yourself releasing these things when you look back because it don't look the same when you read it back when you're in a better headspace. And that one thing can help you get on. That's one way. And I do understand depression. Get outside. Or start with letting the sunlight in your house. Open the window. Let the sunlight in your house. If you have it to where you can lean back and let the sun in through your window and get the rays of the sun in on you during that time, please do so. Sun helps melancholy. Back in the day, old traditions in the motherland, and this is old remedies, when they were sick, they would take them outside and lay them outside towards the floor. Remember, the floor is the purpose of being grounded. And they would be in the sun sick, not indoors sick. And the sun will bathe you and give you back all your nutrients back in the body. It'll even create a thirst for you to drink some water if you're depressed to where you don't want to eat. It helps. Prayer is great. We always know prayer. But if you're not connected, that sun will remind you to be connected when you're praying, while you're praying. And it's stronger outside. There's something about being outside. Why prayer is for that purpose. Low down to somewhere down in the ground, somewhere where there's a lot of earth, or outside. Something about that. Because you're connected to the moon. Even if it's daytime, you're connected to the sun. You're connected to the ground, the leaves, the water, everything where there's moisture that you even don't see. Music is good, but when the music stops, you'll be back to that thing. That's why I said I would like to know those of y'all who are going through this right now. I'm telling you, I be feeling it. I feel it. I've been getting calls. I speak to strangers. They speak to me like they just ask me a question randomly. And I've answered it for them. It may not be the answer they want to hear, but at least they told me it helped. And I'd rather be of service than of disservice to anyone. And it's been Scorpios lately that been hitting me up about advice. Never even knew there was a Scorpio. I said, I feel like you're a fire sign, and I end up doing, just checking in on them, you know what I'm saying? And they end up being Scorpios. This is Scorpio's healing time, I guess. Y'all unsubconscious fears. And I think, and a lot of y'all shouldn't want to just fuck while y'all feeling afraid about things, you know what I'm saying? Because when y'all scary about something, y'all want to let it out through sex or something, you know what I'm saying? It turns you on. Me too. When I get scared or fearful, or excited, I want to make out, you know? Please, y'all, depression is real. Don't ever be afraid to tell somebody what you're going through. Or if you don't, just write it down and look at it over time. And like I said, do the water challenge. I was doing something called the layer challenge to the Leos. Most people who don't know that, I know that they have Leo energy. I do something called the layer test. I would give them an orange or a tangerine or something with layers that I know they eat, and I test them. Majority of them eat the fruit before they get to finish the questions, which mean that they were ruled by their ego. That's not my observation, that's the truth. So the purpose of the layer test for me was to hear them speak from their soul and their heart of what are their deepest challenges. And they could know, but they'll take and take and take without thinking. Slow down so I can hear myself as I'm doing this. When you're doing multiple things, you really don't know. Some think they do, but they don't. If y'all need a layer challenge with me, we could do that. Let me know. We can go live one time, please. And we can do it. I'm learning through y'all, and y'all are teaching me too. Some of them people who hit me up in them pages, even the ones who give the negative comments, y'all teach me that I must be doing something. And it's not for nothing. Let's do it, y'all. Please feel better for those out there who are very much in melancholy. Please, please, please try the water till you can't stand it. I want y'all to take something you can't stand. Not alcohol, not drugs. I'm talking about water. Too much water is bad and too much water is good. So pick your poison. That's why I say water. Later. And thanks for popping in, Prince. And for everybody out. And don't forget to share.